Good afternoon, Room 209 family and third grade family. I'm so excited to be able to hang out with you guys today. I miss all of you so much. I hope you are all staying safe and staying healthy. I'm so excited. The third grade team asked me to read a little story to you guys for one of our lessons this week. So I'm so excited. I'm going to be reading you one of my all-time favorites, Iggy Peck Architect. And then I'm going to talk to you about what our cool assignment is this week. So sit back, relax, get comfy, cozy somewhere, and just enjoy Iggy Peck Architect. Oh, it was written by Andrea Beatty and illustrated by David Roberts. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. Quite the creative little guy. Good gracious, Ignatius, his mother exclaimed. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past, and she realized those diapers weren't clean. Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty. It stinks. Uh-oh. But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn, using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples, and temples from modeling clay. Quite the creative mind. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye and out on the porch built the St. Louis Arch from pancakes and coconut pie. Look at that amazing arch. That's some serious architecture and engineering. Dear Iggy had it made until 2nd grade, when his teacher was Miss Lila Greer. On the first day she had this to say, "We do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I could care less about buildings, ancient or new," she said in her lecture about architecture. It had no place in grade 2. Not making Iggy feel very good, huh? That might seem severe, but she was sincere, for when she was no more than 7, she had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On one architect's tour of a 95th floor, young Lola got lost from a group. So her fear is a little bit warranted, but we have to learn from our mistakes, right? And grow from them, not just ignore stuff. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator, eating cheese with a French circus troupe. After that day, it's quite safe to say, she thought all buildings lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that above all, one ought to avoid them. No ifs, ands, or buts. Not really what she should have done, but that's what she did. As you might guess, it would cause Iggy stress to hear such terrible talk. But he didn't hear. He sat in the rear while building a castle of chalk. You, Iggy Peck, your deck is a wreck. Your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here. It's perfectly clear. Do you need to see Principal Howe? Poor Iggy. No, man, said Iggy. He lowered his head, and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. Poor Iggy, she shattered all his hopes and all his dreams. After 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading, writing, and arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to the Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a bubbling stream. But they no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed, and Miss Lila Greer started to scream. We're trapped here, oh my, alas, kids, goodbye. Her eyes rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound. Luckily fainted, not dead. What to do, what to do? They're stuck on the other side. How will they get back? Think for a minute. What could they do? Teachers passed out. What could they do? The class was amazed. They stood there and gazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan, which started with Miss Lila's shoe. Thumbs up if you know who that is. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. Teamwork at its finest. Look at what they've all done. They're all taking their shoes, taking their laces out. What are they doing? Look what they have down here. They've built a little blueprint down there. What are they going to make? And when she came to, Miss Lila Greer knew that something quite brave had been done. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces. And on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling young faces. Boots, tree roots, and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which one should not mention, were stretched ridge to ridge in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. So they made a suspension bridge that carried them across to safety. And they did it by working together. How awesome is that? It all became clear to Miss Lila Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade 2 than to spend your time building a dream. So she realized his dream was okay. And his dream actually came in handy, right? Now, every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in 2nd grade, all the school kids can hear, along with Miss Greer, how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker, in t-shirt and sneakers, talks about buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from pie. That brilliant young man, Iggy Peck. I hope you guys enjoyed Iggy Peck Architect as much as I did. So your assignment is going to be to use the engineering design process, which I'm going to go over in just a second, to build a bridge. So I want you to think, how could I build a bridge? What materials do I have here at my house that I could use to build a bridge of some kind to get from one spot to another? So I'm going to go over the engineering design process for you guys. So this is the process that engineers go through to design their stuff, right? So first thing is you have to ask, what is the problem? Well, our problem is we have to get from one spot to the other. And how are you going to solve that problem? Well, we're going to solve it with a bridge. So you're going to imagine, how are we going to solve that problem? Well, we've already imagined it, right? We're going to solve it by building a bridge, but now you're going to have to decide, how are you going to build that bridge? So you're going to have to come up with some sort of a plan, right? So when you're doing these two, I want you to create some sort of a blueprint like they did, a sketch of how you're going to make your bridge. How are you going to do that? What is your blueprint going to look like? Draw up a blueprint of what your bridge is going to look like. Label it with the different materials you're going to use. And then you have something to go off of. Okay, that's your plan. That's your blueprint, your plan. Once you have that done, then start creating it. Start creating your bridge. Have fun. Get your family involved in this too if you want, right? They work together as a team. Bring your parents in. If you have brothers and sisters, bring them in to help you create. Have fun with this. Make this a group project. Okay, create it. And then if you have something to test of it, if you have a little Hot Wheel or something, drive it along it and see, does your bridge hold up? Can you get from one side to the other? If it doesn't, go back and see, how can I make it better, right? That's our improve. How can we make it better? When you have a final project, have your parents take a picture of it for us and send it to us on whatever classroom messenger you guys use. Some of you use Dojo, some of you will use Remind. So just send us a picture so we can see your final projects. We're so excited to see what kind of bridges you guys all come up with. Thanks for tuning in and have fun being architects and engineers. Love you guys and miss you guys. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.